What's up guys, in this video I'm going to show you 3 pro tips that made me a master at DiamondSMP. After watching this, you'll be likely a lot better. So first, if you don't know what DiamondSMP is, it's like SMP kit but with webs, chorus fruit and a lot of potions. It's my favorite game mode because it's pretty fun to play, but sometimes it can be pretty hard. So I'm going to show you. First, let me show you the kit. First, you need 3 water buckets, a stack of logs, a stack of chorus fruit, a maxed out pickaxe. You need a diamond sword with sharpness and a breaking 3, and the same for the diamond axe. You also need 2 stacks of gaps, a stack of ender pearls, a totem, and 3 fire resistance potion, 3 swiftness potion, and like 17 strength potions. Also, you need a stack of webs. And the armor is maxed out armor with feather falling and swiftness, and an unbreaking 3 and mending shield. And also, you will need a stack of enchanted bottles to repair your armor. Look, like this. Okay, so with no further ado, let's get in this video. Okay, so the first tip is to have a drain bucket. So what you wanna do is get your bucket and just grab the wood like this, and now you have a drain bucket. I really don't put the totem in my hand, in my hotbar, because I feel like it's not that important. So first, let's take off the potions and organize our inventory. Our first tip is having a drain bucket, and this is pretty important, and you'll see why. First, I'm gonna be using a pretty cool mod called Carpet, where you can summon NPCs and fight them and make them do stuff. Here I'm gonna show you a command for that. Okay, so here we have Steve, and you'll see why it's very important. Okay, so let me web Steve. Okay, so Steve has 2 ways of escaping, and those are pearls and the water bucket. Pro players usually try using the water bucket because pearls are very useful. Like, imagine I'm about to die. So if I'm about to die, I can just pearl away and eat. So what pro players try to do is conserving pearls and make the other person waste them. So water buckets are pretty important for getting out of webs, and that's where the drain bucket comes in. So when they place the water bucket, you wanna drain it with your drain bucket and repeat that until they are out of water buckets, and that way they will need to use pearls, yes or yes. And if your opponent has a drain bucket, try doing this the faster as possible, because if you do this, your opponent has pretty much a lot of time to grab that bucket. Okay, so now our second pro tip is learning shield disables. Shield disable is easy with an axe, but it can get pretty hard it can get better, because let me show you. Okay, so if your opponent has a shield, you can either disable it with the axe, but that doesn't do damage, or you can shield attribute swap. So I'm gonna show you how to do it. It's easy if you know attribute swapping. So basically, if you don't know, attribute swapping is using the cooldown of one item and the damage of that item and the properties of the other. For example, we can use the damage and the cooldown of the sword and the shield disable of the axe, and that way we can disable it and deal damage. Let me show you what it looks like this, because if you notice, I'm dealing damage. And our last pro tip is learning combos. So combos are a way to get your opponent to not hit you because you are hitting him, and that can kill opponents. And there are two types of combos you wanna yes or yes learn. W hit, I won't do a tutorial on how to, but there are a lot of tutorials in YouTube. And S hits, it's like pretty much you go and get like that, so that way you can hit your opponent. You can practice this in sword PvP, and it's pretty much everything you need to know to become a master. These pro tips changed my gameplay by a lot. I always got drained and I always lost fights because I got dropped like 15 minutes later. But with these tips, you are gonna make people rage bait. Literally, the first matches I played using these tips, people quitted. So, well guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. So, thank you for watching and bye.